Hey guys, most of you probably know me from my music, but I'm stepping out and looking at other creative endeavors. I'm working on my first book, which is more of a self-help. It's called A Return to Innocence. I thought I would share with you the rough draft on the foreword. This is still in its rough stages, so here we go. And if I look away, it's because I'm reading, not meaning to be rude. A Return to Innocence, Rediscovering Your Inner Child by Padilla. In this book, I will share with you the tools that have helped me overcome adversity and create a life full of love and prosperity. I am by no means superhuman or any different from any of you. I am, as Buddha quoted, awake. But I was not born as such. I started life dealing with adversity, spending my first few months in an incubator. My parents were not completely equipped for raising children. They had their own demons that would be taken out on myself and my brother. The physical, emotional, and mental abuse made us feel unworthy and that we could not do anything right. But there was always this quiet voice from the inside that would soothe me and made me feel I was not totally alone. Even at times I felt I was. As I got older, the abuse continued until I was at an age where I could leave that environment. And once I did, I never turned back. I forgive my parents for what they did, but I made a decision not to have them in my life. When I was younger, everybody was always telling me there was something wrong with me. So I started reading up on psychology. Because if there was something wrong with me, I wanted to learn how to fix it. This was the beginning of my road to reprogramming myself. As I ventured off into the world, I would constantly hear the voices of negativity saying I was not and I could not. They started to become louder and louder, and that soothing voice that had made me feel safe as a child was starting to become drowned out. And that ended up leading me down a road of self-destruction, including addiction, prostitution, failed relationships, and a string of suicide attempts. Luckily, there was a force that guided me through all of that turmoil. I don't know what you want to call it, God, universe, etc. I just prefer to call it love. Even though I was not fully ready to hear that voice, I fell back into fear and victim mode, for I truly believed that I was bad or an evil person, until one good friend of mine gave me the best gift that anybody had ever given me. He turned a metaphorical mirror on me and made me really look at my inner light, making a checklist of my good and bad traits. I was shocked to see my good outnumbered the bad 10 to 1. This had only happened after I had been through a tragic car accident. With his help, he took the financial and emotional stress of this, and all he asked in return is that I traveled, I got to know myself, started to like myself, and maybe even love myself. By his generosity, it helped me. According to the doctors, I needed surgery for my full lower back had collapsed on me, and I supposedly had brain damage. But from a strong will, unshakable faith, and a great team of people, I made a full recovery, minus surgery or brain, and there was no brain damage. So that got me to thinking I needed to find a spiritual connection. When I was younger, I had been brought up Catholic, but there were many things that I questioned and disagreed with, especially about being homosexual. So I turned my back on the church, but after this last escape from death, I started to search and studied everything from A Course in Miracles to the Quran, the Kabbalah, and Buddhism. I started to find positive in each, and I began creating my own beliefs and philosophies. Kind of like putting together a mystic puzzle. And every day I find more pieces. When you think the puzzle is complete, it takes on another dimension, and you realize that it'll never be complete. It'll just continue to evolve and become more beautiful each day. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. It's kind of therapeutic and cathartic, because after all of the different adversities that I've been through in my life, I've learned some great lessons, and if the good Lord above permits, I will be able to share them all with you in book form, and also you'll be hearing me this way. This is me coming out of my shell. So thank you.